In this video, I'll be showcasing 10 of your guys' Eradicator exotic ideas. If you happen to enjoy this video, consider leaving a like and subscribing and using code WATSOG in the Fortnite item shop. And yeah, let's get straight into the video. Alright, so first we have the Eradicator Shadow Sniper Rifle. This is an exotic version of the Reaper Sniper Rifle, and when you hit an opponent with the Eradicator Shadow Sniper Rifle, you will gain the Shadow Bomb effect. Very simple weapon here. You hit them with the bullet from the sniper and you just get the Shadow Bomb effect. So I think it would be a very solid weapon. I don't think the exotic effect would really do too much for this weapon. You know, the Reaper Sniper Rifle is the Reaper Sniper Rifle, right? It's one of the best snipers in the game, right? So I think if they were to add this weapon, you know, I think it would be good, but I don't think it would be good because it's an exotic. I think it would be good because it's a Reaper Sniper Rifle. I do think, however, the exotic effect would definitely make like pushing a lot easier. Like, let's say you hit someone with this weapon, right? You don't want headshot them, so you only do like 100-ish damage. But now you have the Shadow Bomb effect, so now you can just like really fast get to their location. And you won't even have to worry about them seeing you, right? Because you'll have the Shadow Bomb effect. Right, so I think this is a very solid exotic. The exotic effect, again, not like a game changer, but I think it will definitely help in some scenarios, right? So I think this would be a solid exotic. Next, we have the Eradicator Lifesteal Shotgun. This is an exotic version of the Gatekeeper Shotgun, and when you damage an opponent with the Eradicator Lifesteal Shotgun, you will gain a good bit of health back. Basically, you hit someone with this weapon, you get like very, very simple exotic here. And, you know, I think this would be a very, very good exotic. You know, the Gatekeeper is already like one of the most dominant shotguns in this game's like history, right? Like if you go back to like all of chapter 5, this was like the dominant shotgun for like every season. The only season it wasn't dominant in was the one season it wasn't in. So that's all you really have to know about the Gatekeeper. This weapon is insane, and giving it basically a siphon effect will just make this weapon even better. So I think if this was in the game, I think it would be like a top contender for a weapon you'd want to go for. Like you'd want to try and get this every game. Although with the other like exotic shotguns in the game this season, or that were in the game this season, I definitely think there were better options, or there could be better options depending on how you want to play, because like the Double Trouble, pretty good, and I'm pretty sure those also give a little bit of siphon too, so you know, who knows, who really knows, but I think this would be a good shotgun nonetheless. Next, we have the Eradicator Kill Switch Assault Rifle. This is an exotic version of the Suppressed Assault Rifle, and when you aim in with the Eradicator Kill Switch Assault Rifle, you'll gain the slow-mo effect of the Kill Switch revolvers. Now, I think this would be a very solid weapon, and that's mainly because the Kill Switch revolvers were very good. Like, they were a meta weapon in Chapter 6, Season 3. So just having an assault rifle, a weapon that does better at longer ranges than pistols, right? Have that slow-mo effect with like the first shot accuracy and everything like that, I think would make this weapon like very, very good. And especially with like a faster fire rate, because assault rifles faster fire rate than the dual revolvers, right? So I think this weapon would be very solid. I don't know if it would be better than like the Eradicator OXR, for example, because that weapon is very, very good. But I definitely think this would be a solid exotic. I think it would be good, and I don't think anyone would bat an eye at you for taking this over something else, right? I think this would be a very solid weapon, in my personal opinion, right? Next, we have the Eradicator Trinity Assault Rifle. This is an exotic version of the MK7 Assault Rifle, and the Eradicator Trinity Assault Rifle shoots bullets like a shotgun at a much slower fire rate, similar to the Lawless Trinity Assault Rifle. So basically, this is just the Lawless Trinity Assault Rifle if it had a scope, which would probably make that weapon like 10 times better, if we're being real. So I think this weapon would be like very, very good. So unbelievably good. Like, you're doing 90 damage per shot if you were able to land all the pellets, and it has a scope. Like, it's so over if you have this weapon. It is so over. Like, you can't like make an argument for that. Like, this weapon has so much potential if it were actually real. This would definitely be a meta pick, in my opinion. I think it might even be better than the OXR, like the Eradicator OXR, because this could do more damage per shot than even like an Eradicator OXR at like its full like damage potential. Like, this could do like 90-ish damage, and the OXR does like 55 at max damage, right? So I think this would honestly be better than the OXR. That's kind of how I think about it. I think this weapon would be very solid just because its base damage is way more than the fully powered up OXR, which then again would probably make this weapon very broken. But I mean, you are like taking up 4 shots, like 4 ammo per shot, so you know, who knows, who really knows, but I think this weapon would be very solid. Next, we have the Eradicator Boom Hollow Twister Assault Rifle. This is obviously an exotic version of the Hollow Twister Assault Rifle, and the Eradicator Boom Hollow Twister Assault Rifle shoots projectile bullets that create a small explosion on impact. This weapon also has a slower fire rate. So basically, this is just the Lawless whatever the exotic Red Eye Assault Rifle is, the Heisted Explosive Assault Rifle. This is basically just that weapon, but it looks like a Hollow Twister instead. Very simple premise here. We've seen weapons like this in the game before, and were they good? Yeah, but were they better than their original weapon? It's debatable. Like, the Red Eye is a very good weapon, and the Heisted Explosive Assault Rifle is also a very good weapon, but debating on which one is better is kind of like dependent on how you want to play that day, right? So I think this weapon would definitely give the normal Hollow Twister a run for its money, but I don't know if it would like definitively be a better choice. I mean, we saw with the like Lawless Hollow Twister, the Accelerant one, that weapon, yeah, it's good, but it's also not definitively better than the normal one, right? Because that weapon has very low base damage. Like, it's like the same base damage as like a gray Hollow Twister. It's like, there's things that like balance it out from being like a definitively better choice. Makes it like be like, ooh, do I want to have this like, exotic version, or I don't want to just use the normal version and be safe, you know? So I think definitely has potential, but I definitely think it's a depend on how you want to play that day kind of weapon. Next, we have the Eradicator Stormlink Assault Rifle. This is an exotic version of the Heavy Assault Rifle, and the Eradicator Stormlink Assault Rifle will do more damage based on how much damage the current storm is taking for. Think about it like this. You get this off spawn, even though it's an exotic, so you probably won't be able to get it off spawn, but ignoring that fact, you get it off spawn. Storm is taking for 1 damage. This probably just does probably a little less, actually, than a normal Heavy Assault Rifle. It's doing less than a normal Heavy Assault Rifle. And the next time it goes up to a damage per storm tick, you know, you got like normal Heavy Assault Rifle damage now. Now next, I believe it's like 4 or 5 tick, right? Now you're doing like in the 50s for body shots with this thing, right? And you go like to like, I believe it goes up to like 7, doing like 55-ish, right? Kind of that kind of damage. Then you get to 10 tick, you're doing like 60 damage per shot. So like this gun is definitely rewarding if you decide to carry it for like the entire game. Yeah, you stuck with this weapon. Now you have like a very broken weapon, although in the beginning it's probably not that strong. I definitely think this weapon would be great for late game, and I feel like people would definitely pull it just to have it for late game. But then again, you're also going to be running with like a weaker assault rifle for half the game, right? You know, it's like a pick your poison kind of thing, you know? Yes, you'll have this like really strong assault rifle at the end of the game, but you're going to have to deal with a really weak assault rifle in the beginning. It is what it is. I think this weapon would definitely be solid, and it probably would see a lot of use in like competitive, especially because like the end circles for those are like really, really, really tight. So I think this would definitely be good for like competitive, but in casual modes, probably not like everyone's top choice. I definitely think people would definitely prefer to take a different weapon over this, right? It's good, but I don't know if it would see a use in casual modes, right? All right, next we have the Eradicator Carnage Shotgun. This is an exotic version of the heavy shotgun, and the Eradicator Carnage Shotgun will create a cluster explosion upon the bullets landing. This weapon only has 2 shots per magazine. Kind of a little balancing thing right there. So basically, this is just a heavy shotgun that shoots cluster clingers. That's what this is. Probably wouldn't do as much damage as a cluster clinger. Probably wouldn't do 90 damage per explosion, because you also have to count in the body shots for the normal shotgun damage. So, you know, probably more closer to like around like 30 or 40 damage per cluster clinger. Makes the total damage like 100-ish, like a little over 100. So definitely be good, you know. 2 shots per magazine definitely balances this thing out, because if it had 7, ooh, this thing would be broken. This thing would be overpowered, I tell you. This would be the definitive best shotgun, I think, in the meta if this thing had like 7 shots. But, you know, forcing you to reload every 2 shots definitely think balances that a little bit. I still think it'll be very good. I just think the 2 shots really like nerfs it a bit. This weapon probably be very good, honestly. I think the magazine size definitely holds this weapon back a little bit, but I think it needs it. I think it needs to be held back a little bit, in my personal opinion. Next, we have the Eradicator Boogie Goo Gun. This is an exotic version of the explosive goo gun, and the Eradicator Boogie Goo Gun will do very little damage when it explodes. However, it will cause your opponent to dance. This effect doesn't go away when your opponent takes damage. So basically, this is just a boogie bomb launcher, and that boogie bomb launcher makes it so that they dance even when taking damage. So it's basically just better boogie bombs, right? This thing I think would be so broken, because yeah, you're not dealing a lot of damage with it, but now you could just like spray them down after you boogie them. Like normally for the boogie bomb, you try to take out your SMG, you hit them once, and now they can just shoot you back. They might like one pump you or something if they have like a good shotgun, right? But with this, they can't do that. They can't fight back. So you hit them with this, and then you can just spray them down. You don't have to have really good aim with your shotgun or anything. You just like, now they're dead because you spray them down when they were dancing. So I think this weapon would actually be very, very, very broken. Might even be better than the original goo gun, despite the fact that it's like basically an entirely different niche. This weapon seems a little strong in my opinion. It's not real, so we can do whatever we want with it, you know? But I think if this was in the game, it would definitely get nerfed like immediately, or just like be removed from competitive entirely. I think this weapon would like cause a lot of like discourse about like it being too broken. Honestly, like people would complain about this weapon for sure. Next, we have the Eradicator Stealthy Sniper Rifle. This is an exotic version of the Suppressed Sniper Rifle, and when you hit an opponent with the Eradicator Stealthy Sniper Rifle, you will gain increased movement speed and no footstep audio for a short period of time. So basically, this is just a sniper that enhances the stealth part of the sniper. When you hit your opponent with this, right, you can very easily sneak up on them, or sneak on a third-party situation, right, with this thing. So you hit them, now you have better movement speed, so you're able to get there faster. You won't be able to appear on visual audio until you like shoot. This will be a very good weapon, I think. Obviously it being a sniper, it's gonna be good, and especially the suppressed sniper, you know, in its current state, the suppressed sniper, very, very good. 200 headshot, 100 body shot. It's a good weapon. It's a good exotic, or just like weapon in general, I should say, because this isn't a real exotic. I do think this exotic effect would definitely have a benefit, but I don't know if it would be like a definitive reason for taking it, because you would have to hit your opponent first. That's a little bit of a, you know, it's a good weapon, but I don't really want to take it. I'd rather get something else. But I think the exotic effect isn't too bad. I think it's not too shabby if you do ask me. Yeah, you know, I think it would be good. I think it would be good. Finally, probably the most complex weapon in this video, we have the exotic Eradicator Mimic Burst SMG. This is obviously an exotic version of the Thunderburst SMG, and the damage dealt with the Eradicator Mimic Burst SMG will copy the damage of the highest damaging weapon in your inventory, excluding shotguns, marksman rifles, and sniper rifles, because those do way too much damage to be anywhere near balanced. We're just not going to include them. If you have no other weapons in your inventory, this weapon does the same amount of damage as a legendary Thunderburst SMG. So let's say you get this off spawn, it's basically just a gold Thunderburst SMG, which is very good, right? But now let's say, you know, you got like your OXR rifle, your gold OXR rifle later in the game. Now you have an SMG that's doing upwards of like 38-ish damage per shot, which is very, very good for an SMG, right? Let's say like you get like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of what other weapons are in the loot pool right now, but I can't think of anything that really does more damage than an OXR. I'm gonna be real. Just say the OXR, like 38 damage per shot, right? That's crazy. That is crazy for an SMG. And I think this would be a very solid exotic, considering it's very just like, this weapon is very dependent on what else is in the game at the same time, right? Let's say like there's a bunch of like fast firing assault rifles. This probably isn't going to be very good because yeah, fast firing assault rifles are good, but they also don't do very much damage. Like their body shot damage is a lot lower. Like the MK7 only does like 20 damage or something like that, I think, and it's like highest rarity. Definitely aren't going to be seeing a lot of damage output from this weapon. I think the burst SMG actually does more damage than most fast firing assault rifles, I think. But if you have something like the OXR in the loot pool, then you're going to have a weapon that does a lot more damage. So I think this would be very dependent on what's actually in the loot pool at the time. You know, I think it would be good, but I don't think it would be like game defining, at least in the right meta, you know, but that is just what I think about it. Alright, if you guys enjoyed that video, consider leaving a like and subscribing and using code WATSOG in the Fortnite item shop. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Later.